So, hello everybody, welcome in our video about the Needs control system. Today we are here too, me and Rehak from NETIO and my colleague Daniel Hinton from the AV Intel. Hello Daniel.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for coming for this video about the Needs system. I invited Daniel as a professional about the Needs system. So we will talk about the driver for our NETIO products for the Needs today. Okay, so let's start. The NETIO company is from Prague. We are mainly focused for B2B systems, and we have 4 main segments where we are going. The AV drivers is part of that, and that's the topic of this discussion today. Because we would like to present the connection between the products from Needs, in this case Uniform, and our power socket, which is connected by the network. Basically, Needs is producing brilliant piece of hardware. Daniel, what's your application of this Uniform, for example? How do you know this?
Yes, so we use the uniform in a lot of different requirements, from education to offices to blue light services, sort of anywhere where there's a should we say, a smaller requirement where they may just need up to 8 buttons. They tend to use this one. It's got the e-ink technology built inside, and you can change those images on the center panel to however you want, even uploading your own logos and converting them to PNG. So these are really good, and obviously this ties in with the project designer software from Neets, where the NETIO drivers are on there.
We will see the designer. Yeah, I have to say that I'm in love with this piece of hardware from Denmark, and the e-ink is definitely my very favorite one. So yes, these little icons you can see here, you can draw and you can upload to the display. By the way, on the exhibition you can meet the people from Needs, how they are hanging this displays on their chest as the name card. Okay. So we have the LAN connection between the power sockets from NETIO and the Needs terminal. So it's simply RJ45 cable. What we can achieve is, in a moment you push the button, you can switch on the output of the power socket, and of course this is one-way communication, but you would like to see it switched on. So there is also the feedback. The LED lights inside that is reading the real state of that. It's very useful in a moment you want to switch on, touch to switch on, and touch to switch off again. Good. So basically simple toggle or switch on and off is basic function. We can also do a reset or pulse. Reset, that's clear. Pulse, by the way, is useful in a moment you need to define time for switching on something. It's very popular for the water pumps to send somewhere a few liters of water or something like that. Okay, the indication of the output state is obvious. And you can also indicate minimum and maximum current, which can be useful to detect if the TV or some other device is in idle mode or if it's really switched off. Good. Let's look what kind of power sockets you can connect to this brilliant Needs piece of hardware. So the oldest pieces of the NETIO hardware is NETIO 4 and NETIO 4 All. The rack-based version is NETIO PowerPDU 4C and PowerPDU 4PS. By the way, Daniel, do you know what's the difference between these two?
Isn't the 4PS being able to monitor and control, where the 4C is more control?
Basically, yes. 4PS is cheaper version without power metering. It's using a little bit different platform, but that's not important. Most important for you is the power metering, and PowerPDU 4C has this magic feature of 2 RJ45s, so you can go with 1 cable in and 1 cable out. In a moment you don't have enough ports on the switch in the 19-inch cabinet. It's very useful. Okay, next piece is a power cable Modbus. Basically, this is a prolonged power cable. In this moment on the photo you have seen the British version because Daniel is from Britain, but normally we have all European sockets. And this is prolonged cable for the standard one socket. It's very useful because sometimes behind TV is not so much space, and some customers really like it because of that. DIN rail version of the product is coming soon. It's not so much popular yet, and the most popular is PowerBOX, which is basically the power strip behind that. Okay, so this is complete NETIO portfolio which can be connected to Neets, and let's move on. Needs supported devices are two most popular Echo and Uniform units. By the way, Daniel, is it right that the only one difference between Uniform and Echo is the e-ink display?
Yes, there's quite a few different touch button controllers from Needs that all work with the NETIO drivers. Some of them have more relay ports, some of them have more LAN ports, some of them have better different types of IR control and things like that. But yeah, the one thing that takes the Uniform from the rest of the touch button controllers is the e-ink display. And as I can see there, you have the Sierra 2 as well, which yet again is a standard display that you can print directly from the software. But you also have the ability to have a connected to web browsers. You can connect a version through your phone or any browser-based device. And then you have the two touch screens with the Tango and the Lima there. These are just bigger versions of the button control, and allows you to report that directly into a browser or one of their own standalone touch screens, or any tablet with the Neat software.
Yeah, thank you for overview. Yeah, you can see so many ports on the background of these touch and not units with the buttons. Okay, the common question: what's the unique selling proposition for the connection between NETIO sockets and Needs control system? So basically, I have to say that it's connected very seamlessly. I'm very in love with the system from the Needs to control that. So today, from any Needs device, you can simply switch on and off any power socket. The school installation, it's very useful because you can control the power from one point of view only, or from one point. Many users also like the fact that they can restart audio-video devices remotely. Yeah. Can you tell us a bit more about remote using, or if you see useful the fact that you have a touch physically on the wall in the room and you can do it remotely somehow?
Yes, well, going into those two whole solutions, the school installations, just going back to that real quick, the ability to be able to put a timer on the Neats product to be able to shut down NETIO at certain times. So when school finishes, say at 4 o'clock, you could shut that. In case of people leaving projectors on or PCs on or anything like that, you could have a whole range of NETIO power units controlling all of the products in the classroom that could easily then be shut down at certain times, obviously saving energy for the school. But going back to the AV side of it, one of the biggest bugbears, and I know it is for the residential side, is the ability to have to restart the Skybox, which is our multimedia box. That tends to be one of the main reasons installers have to go back to site, is they tend to walk up there, and I know I've done it myself, and as has most of my colleagues, where you go up to site, you look at something, and it just needs a hardware reset, turned on and off, or even worse, it was off in the first place and they're wondering why it wasn't even working. Yeah. So being able to tie into a cloud just gives all installers that first level access with the ability to be able to check the power, reset it. Has that fixed the problem? Brilliant. Okay, I haven't got to now take an expensive drive to site, which could be miles and miles away.
Yeah. Thank you for that. So basically, we want to say you can combine the local controller and the cloud access for the power units. Okay, media players, also a very popular device to be controlled in the power meaning, and that's most of common applications of the Needs and NETIO together. Next slide is talking already about the cloud service. This screenshot is about the cloud. By the way, Daniel, have you seen the cloud already? Have you tested?
I have. I've had a play with it, and I've just watched the video you produced on LinkedIn, and I'm very impressed. The ability to be able to do this over from anywhere and being able to control multiple sites and multiple units is going to be a huge thing for AV installers.
Yeah, thank you for that. We are doing our best. Yeah, I have to say that the cloud is, first of all, it's located in Europe. So it's a very European project. It's very secured, which we have to say also, and control just the power sockets, and you can organize or group them as you need. It's also very data effective because some users are using that behind the LTE or GSM modem. And NETIO provides first 3 years of usage of your device for free in the cloud, which is also quite useful. Okay, it's supported for all NETIO devices, so you don't have to care which one is and which one is not supported. Good. So that's about cloud. But this is just option. You don't have to use it. That's a very common question. Cloud is just an option. Yeah.
You're right. It is just an option, but it's also an option that isn't overly brought into by other products, especially in the power remit in the UK. You know, some of the more popular manufacturers don't have this option, and it generally is providing a first case to be able to just restart things and test to see if it's still working in place. So it is just an option, but it's a lovely option to have.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Let's come back to the typical applications. Next typical application for not only for audio video is power up sequence. This is very typical story that because of the limitation on your breaker, you need to start things in a sequence one by one, and this can be easily done with these NETIO products. You can control this sequence from the Neets, or you can set up it even in the device itself. It's up to you fully. Good. Next typical question is the montage for 10-inch rack or 19-inch rack. So yes, it's possible. By the way, Daniel, do you prefer to montage the power from the back, or do you placing it as one unit to have an overview when you open the doors? What's your favorite option?
Do you know, depending on industries, they do go different ways. Broadcast in particular are very much having it at the back, but I know the guys in the AV industry like to have it in the front.
Yeah, depends. Yeah, depends on the size of the rack. You are right. In 42 something, you have complicated access sometimes.
Yeah.
And basically, you install the power where you have space for cables.
Definitely so.
Yeah. Okay. We created easy-to-use PDF manuals for the users how this one unit connect with the Needs system. So it should be very easy. If you will search for that, search for the keyword AN44, which is on NETIO page, the description how to connect with the Needs. Here we are in the project designer. I have to say that I was new in the system, but I became to be in love with this system very quickly. On the left, you can see the NETIO products listed as a supported device. Here is this one type. So in the end of the day, you have to define the IP address, the ports 502 because it's Modbus application, and that's it. Needs also listed us as supported device here in this list. This list of supported devices and the fact that the drivers are embedded in the system is very lovely part of the Needs, I have to say.
Yeah, and with the project designer, anyone can pick it up. It is probably, and I've tested most control systems, it's probably the easiest control system for installers to pick up. It is literally a drag and drop based solution, like you just said. With adding these products in is literally dragging them into wherever the port you select it from with the IP ones. It's putting in the IP address, sticking in the port number, and you are good to go. You literally upload it to the device, and you can be turning your power on and off immediately. And you can obviously also put multiple functions to multiple buttons on these. So you could have your power being switched on, you could have your projector screens going down, and you could have your projector going on at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. To make it easy, even Needs published this knowledge base where is this kind of application. By the way, when we discussed about making this video with the people from Needs, they said, "Oh, the connection between Needs and NETIO is so easy. Why to make video?" So, so that's why I asked Daniel from UK. Because I want to save your ears in front of my Central European accent. Good. This is support about the Neets and NETIO from the NETIO side. This is the application node you can find on the website of NETIO. We call it AN44. This is the keyword for the searching. Okay. Bit about metering. Daniel, do you have any application or favorite application where you use a metering?
We tend to use it a lot in data centers. So we've been doing it where there's obviously data centers of up to 100-200 racks. My particular favourites are the ones in university. The main reason when I asked them why they wanted metering is because they wanted to charge the other departments for how much electricity they used.
Yes, yes, typically. But it's not done by Neets, isn't it?
No. This is vertical PDUs for a data center.
Yeah, but still, even in AV system, the power consumption can be sometimes useful. Yeah, the idle mode, as we said, or something more. Basically, you can meter milliamps or watts in the driver. It's prepared without any programming, so it's very easy to use it. But don't forget, not all NETIO devices support electrical metering. Good. Electrical metering as a feedback is something you can talk more. Basically, probably we try to make it easy, and you have to use button appearance to indicate the let's state what you should do if the power consumption is smaller than certain limit or something like that. Yeah. I personally played a bit with a slow blinking, medium blinking, and fast blinking.
So it was like a Christmas tree, was it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good. This is the overview about the NETIO products. Type of metrics about that. These market devices can be used with Neets because basically they have a Modbus interface, and also here the Modbus market units can be used with Neets. Okay, so this is something about the Neets and connection itself. Let me summarize the technical possibilities. From any button, you can switch on and off any output. That's simple. You can toggle the state because it's button. You can initiate reset sequence. So define state when the power is restarted. Sorry, I'm talking about shut off now in this moment. So shut off is something that you define that you would like to shut down a device for defined time and restart it. The time can be defined, and yeah, that's it. Next is showing the output state by the LED. Next, it's power up sequence, as we discussed about the state when the grid is switched on again, and indicate minimal or maximum current or power consumption. Okay. Last but not least, you can combine the audio-video control system with the NETIO cloud service as two parallel systems, but it's fully up to you. Okay. This is common questions. We are talking the Neets. Daniel, do you combine the systems sometimes? I don't think so.
No, not really, but they all kind of have their own abilities for their own products, really. So Neets is very much a commercial based solution. That's just very similar with Crestron. ELAN and Control 4 are more for what we would call residential based solutions. So you don't tend to mix them, but they all have their own common place in the market really.
Yeah. We have currently the AV drivers for the Crestron, ELAN, Control 4 on Q. By the way, do you know Q?
I don't. That was I left that one out of my explanation because that was the one I didn't know.
Okay. Q is system for the which is basically Czech company. They are accidentally sitting something like 400 meters from our office in Prague. We know them ages and ages, and they are popular for the room booking systems and for the big employees to take care about the people, even about the sharing tables system and so on. So
brilliant.
So that's another AV application of the network of the NETIO power sockets. Okay, coming soon is RTI. It's common question, so I decided to list it today. Hopefully we will have it in next couple of weeks or months. Good. Next part, I would like to talk about are the basic products we can connect with the Neat system. But I will be very fast. Don't worry. This is the PowerBOX, probably the most popular product in combination with Neats. You can see 3 power socket type: British, French, and German Schuko. Okay. As we talk about, there is still NETIO Cloud available, and there are industrial features. Daniel, what do you feel as industrial features? Because this is my common topic: how to call this bunch of functions.
I'm not sure, if I'm being honest. It's probably
easy.
very similar industrial features. I think it's
It's easy.
Yeah, I think
if you look to the photo, sometimes it's hard to recognize if the product will be from aluminum or plastic. So in this case, you can be sure it's metal or aluminum. So yeah, this is one of the robust body and things like that. We defined a group of functions as industrial that we understand that are very basic for the really professional usage. Let's say it like that. Yeah. Okay. Typical questions. Do you have a web interface in the unit? It's one of my favorite FAQs. Yes, we have. Simply click this button and change the state output. In each output, you can define even the power up state. So this is the state when you switch on the power. So on, off, and last. Last means that in few milliseconds after power outage, we save the last state of the output, and after switching on, we also recover the same last state. This time is power up interval. This is the interval for power up sequence. So you can define in how many seconds or milliseconds each one output will be switched on after power up. Okay. This delay is exactly this short time which should be defined, and this is the place where you can define for how long time you will switch off your router power when you need to reset your connection or something like that. Good. We have 3 versions of PowerBOX, as we said. And one of the industrial features of NETIO products is that one socket can deliver 100% of the load. So in this case, 16 amps can go from one socket only. In British case, it's 13. By the way, do you like British sockets or European sockets?
I like what I'm used to. So I suppose the 3-pin is the way to go. I haven't electrocuted myself off a 3-pin as well, and I have off a European socket.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. By the way, I heard that the guy who invented British socket was in nomination for, I think, top 10 for the greatest British ever. Okay.
I don't know what that says about the rest of us, but there we go.
Churchill was the winner, of course.
Well, yeah.
Okay, let's come back to our aluminum power socket. Here is the view from the back. There is some kind of accessory for the screwing this device to the wall or screwing it to below the table from the bottom. This is nice trick. You can use standard DIN rail piece of metal for the wall montage or something. And here is one button to control the device. Okay. We are coming to the power PDU units. We have 2 brothers, as we said. This is the difference. The bit more expensive power PDU 4C has 2 independent power output with metering, with Lua scripting inside, and with the 2 RJ45, while the cheaper brother has only no metering option and less protocols. Okay, Needs can be connected, both of them. Rack mounts. Yeah, we have 4 types because it's very useful to sometimes montage it somewhere on the side. Yeah, the easier brother 4PS. Here we are. Again, the industrial features are there. And the LED output state indication. And that's it. As we discussed, it's with industrial device, so there is wide temperature range. Of course, each output can be switched on and off individually, and about the power sequence we was already talking. Good. A power sequence issue. Yeah, I'm sure you know the situation that if you are responsible for some small company IT or something like that, it happened that grid is off, and after they switch on the grid, okay, but your technology doesn't start it. Daniel, do you have this experience?
A couple of times, yep.
Yeah, I think we everybody have. Yeah. So basically, yeah, it's wrong time. There's nobody there. But okay, so you have to go there. So you are going there. Okay. So on the place, you realize, of course, that the breaker is down, and somehow happened when you push the breaker up, it's go down immediately, and this is because of this. Yeah. So. Okay. Yeah, typically it's about 2 UPSs in parallel. It's a more commonish situation, but in the end of the day, it's the same. So what you have to do is to switch off them like this, and then switch on the breaker again. Okay, now it's good. Breaker stays up, and now you can switch on one by one or one UPS by one, and that's it. Everything is working, you can go home. The question is if you switch this in the right sequence, but that's another story. And the question is what next? First option, no change, so come again next time. Yeah. If you don't have so much power outage of the grid, why not? Second option is you replace the circuit breaker. That's the best option. A little trouble is that sometimes you are not owner of the building and it's too complicated to do it. So third option is still there, to install NETIO socket with the power up sequence there, and that's it. Okay, so this is one of typical applications situations. So PowerPDU 4C is the bigger brother. There is 2 Ethernet switch. So 2 Ethernet ports inside and switch included. So you go 1 cable in, 1 cable out. Also, there is serial port. Do you still use serial port sometimes, Daniel?
Yeah, we do. RS232 control is one of the popular ones through Neets. We do try to go LAN wherever possible now, so having the ability to go LAN as well. But we still get asked for RS232 quite a bit. Okay,
yeah. Serial port can be useful on this device. Because the serial port can be handled by the Lua scripting. So even you can make your own protocol, or you can modify the protocol. Keyword for that is AN18, and you can find it on the NETIO website. Okay. Last but not least, the power metering is there. So there is power metering on each output, and all industrial features again. Because we came with service of NETIO Cloud later on, we have to say that even NETIO PowerPDU 4C can be connected to NETIO Cloud, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, this is common question. This is our rack mount system. So you can have a rack mounted one or two racks in 19-inch cabinet. By the way, here on RJ45 cables, you can see the standard of daisy chain on the Ethernet level. Good. Power cable Modbus is sometimes useful. It's using Modbus over Wi-Fi, so that's why it's listed here. For Needs, it's very sexy because it's an easy, slim device which you can place behind the TV or something like that. We have basically today 5 sockets because British is still missing in this drawing. We haven't British socket when we started with this product 1.5 years ago. Okay, good. So about the sockets, I'm sorry, slide is there. So you can see we have many type sockets, and that's it. A US is bit issue. Anyway, with a power cable, the last letter means the type of the power socket. So the J is for Swiss power sockets. F is for Germany, so most of the Europe where is used also the name Schuko.
Yeah.
Okay. There is also a mobile app which can be used to control the device. Okay, but this is not the main topic of the video today. What can be useful is that a mobile app based on the Android phones can also use the NFC. So this this simple device can be much faster installed because it's using the NFC to set up the Wi-Fi credentials. Once I installed 24 or 25 units in one installation, I really found that the NFC is brilliant feature. Okay.
Definitely so.
Definitely so. Good. So now it can be installed really within 60 seconds. Okay. NETIO powered in is something new. It's coming in short time. This unit has a Wi-Fi and LAN together. Maybe you are thinking why the DIN rail unit should have the Wi-Fi. What's the purpose? The answer is simple. We have some applications in charging electric vehicles in the garages, and there is easy to make the cabling for the power, but it's easier to cover whole garage by Wi-Fi. So, and it's in plastic boxes in that moment. So we keep the Wi-Fi there. It has power metering on 2 channels, and there is NFC again for simple configuration. Good. Any questions, Daniel, on your side, because this is a new device?
The power, it looks quite interesting. Not something I tend to get too involved in with the powered inside. But so you're saying you can kind of use this in the garage to charge your electric vehicle, and then I suppose you could get maybe a notification once it's charged, once it's drawing less power.
Hey, my God! There is the same like there is a NETIO Cloud. It can be in very native way connected to your electric charging operator. Because if you have electric vehicle, you have 3 or 5 or 7 applications in your mobile phone, and in each of them you have to have a credit, and you are charging everywhere where you can. So you need to support all applications which are available, and it's easy to be connected to 1 or 2 or 3 of them. And in that moment, it's also communicating, telling you when the charging is over, how much cost you, and everything. This can be done everything through the application. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the part. There exist several standards, so it's quite easy to be done. Okay. Any questions?
No, I see. It's also got NFC as well, so easy to configure once installed.
Yes. Good. Yeah, this is some details. By the way, most common question of this unit is, okay, so you have a 4 relays or you have a 2 relays, or how is that working? So basically there are 4 channels on this unit. First 2 channels has a metering and switching together. So you can do it in one time. It's one phase unit only. And the second 2 channels, so channel 3 and channel 4, are just simply relays. So it's controlled remotely. Okay. A few last slides is a bit about industrial and professional features of the products. NETIO has a lot of industrial features since technical support, open API with documented protocols, long-term protocol compatibility, because we still support the projects which were created in 2009, and so on. We can prolong the warranty. There is quite simple system for firmware upgrade over the web if you are on the internet. There is not click pulse during the firmware upgrade. So when you are powering some audio system or a big TV, big screen, you don't want to switch it off during the firmware upgrade, and so on and so on. I would like to highlight 2 things. Temperature range, which is quite high, depends on the device, but generally something like -20 to +65 or 75. High precision of the metering. Okay, in AV applications it's not so necessary, but we have a lot of applications where the customer really split the costs based on the kilowatt hours calculated by the device. And last one feature is something we called zero current switching or zero voltage switching. And this is something unique. Probably you know this situation, do you?
Yes.
Do you have any typical situation when this is happening mostly, or what kind of device is doing this kind of damaging of the relays?
Oh, you got me there.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, you caught me off guard.
Basically, everything where the most of the simple power sockets or most of the PDUs you can find are dedicated to be used with the servers. Okay, in case of PDU, or in something like pure resistance electrical appliances. So that means that this kind of things are happening after high volume of about a lot of period of cycles. But this is happening, and sometimes it's happening even after 300, 400 cycles. Okay, how is this going for? And this photo on the right, you can see, which is using the technology from NETIO called zero current switching or zero voltage switching. Yeah, here you can see on the contact that it survived much more. It was the same test as the relay on the left. So how is it happening? If you switch on more or less every electronics today, there is this kind of peak of the current in few couple of milliseconds. It's called inrush current, and this effect is harming the relay, basically. Okay, it's not harming the relay immediately. It's harming the relay after dozen, hundreds of cycles. But depends what is connected there. If there is LED light or if there is UPS, it can be really 300 or 400 cycles. If there is something different, it can be several thousand cycles. But we are still talking about, let's say, 1,000 or 2,000 cycles, not 50,000 cycles. And if you are switching this device 5 or 10 times per day, it's really the lifetime limiter. Good. So what is NETIO doing is that we implemented special technology of timing of the switching the relay. We call it zero voltage switching or zero current switching. And in the end of the day, our relays survive much longer. Okay, this is my overview for the marketing. This is simple version that, okay, there can be the resistive load, which is okay, but in case there is inductive load or capacitive load, the NETIO is definitely the winner because it can be used in both of these cases. Good. This is my last slide. Thank you very much for your time and for coming for this video. Daniel, do we want to say something in the end of the day?
Yeah. Thank you very much for coming. I think the key thing is that you come out and try these products. So we can, you know, depending on where you are, we can have demo units available. We can spend some time showing you how it works with the Neets platform. We can do some online training and webinars, going through some of the products and spending a bit more time with you guys one-on-one. We can obviously have those discussions and start showing you how Neets and NETIO work perfectly together, you know, and you can then have the confidence that these will work for your installations.
Yeah. By the way, we prepared, in case of UK, for something like a Neets and NETIO starter package. So in a moment you have seen this video, come and call to Daniel and ask him for the NETIO and Neets starter package. We will definitely make you some nice offer. This is the recommended device for the starter package. We can discuss with you which one can be best for your installation, right?
Perfect. Yes, you can contact us at www.av-intel.co.uk, and you'll see Neets and NETIO on there, and you can get in touch and we can discuss any opportunities further.
Exactly. We will put the link to the title to have it easy. And thank you very much for watching our video today, and have a good day. Bye everybody.